YouTube published mid-roll updates, explained, and dressed a monetization tune-up like a public service announcement. Beneath the friendly headline, the company said the goal was to help creators maximize your revenue while delivering a great viewing experience, which is a gorgeous sentence if you are a spreadsheet, and a cursed sentence if you are the person being interrupted. Right there, the scam gets a face, one polished product executive standing under soft lights, explaining that a smarter way to jam ads into videos is somehow kindness with better hair. Nobody watching that reveal needs a decoder ring, because optimize ad delivery already sounds like a mugger promising improved customer care while checking whether your wallet zips shut. Instantly, the tone shifts from platform update to hostage briefing, and that is why this works as roast material instead of generic whining. August 2024 added the next punchline, when Google Ads pushed fewer, longer ad breaks on connected TVs and described the result as better for engagement. According to Google's own help material, viewers are sensitive to too many breaks. Grouped ads can be preferred on long-form TV viewing, and longer sessions can happen before the next interruption, which sounds merciful, until you notice the company is only rearranging the furniture inside the torture chamber. Rather than reducing the nuisance, they changed the rhythm of the nuisance, then smiled like nightclub managers who think a cleaner beat makes the stampede elegant. Picture a dentist announcing that he now drills one giant hole instead of three modest ones. Therefore, the appointment is more streamlined and humane. Somehow, modern product culture keeps trying to sell same pain, better spacing, as innovation. And YouTube is doing it with the confidence of a man ironing a ransom note. Classic YouTube never needed this much therapy language, because it used to feel like a weird city after midnight, packed with junk, genius, accidents, and the possibility that one bad click could wreck your sleep in a memorable way. Modern YouTube looks like an airport lounge designed by a bank, for people who think software should apologize before breathing near them. Rounded buttons, soft gradients, empty friendliness, and that whole premium mediocre glaze make the place feel less like entertainment and more like a meditation app that got acquired by a toll booth. Deliberately, the design has been flattened into blandness because blandness is easier to defend, easier to monetize, and easier to test than personality. Visually, the site now resembles a self-checkout kiosk trying to explain creator culture, which is funny until you realize the lifeless look is doing camouflage work for the lifeless strategy. October 2023 was where the mask hit the floor, because YouTube confirmed to The Verge that it had launched a global effort against ad blockers and was pushing users toward allowing ads or trying premium. From the boardroom side, sure, that is rational, just like it is rational for a casino to weld the side door during a lucky weekend. Viewed from the user side, though, the mood changed immediately, because ads stopped feeling like weather and started feeling like a guard at the gate explaining your options with one hand on the taser. Once a platform says, in effect, no, you do not choose how tolerable this experience is, we choose, every little interruption gets heavier. Suddenly, premium is not a cool upgrade anymore. It is the nicer ransom note they show you after the free beating. Premium Lite is the cleanest confession in the whole storyline, because the cheaper tier only makes sense if the normal ad experience has already become annoying enough that people want a lower cost escape hatch. Officially, YouTube says Lite offers fewer interruptions and mostly ad-free viewing for most YouTube and YouTube Kids videos, while ads can still appear around music, shorts, or some browsing and search surfaces. Practically, that means the bunker still has windows missing, which is hilarious when the company markets the shelter like a luxury amenity. February 2026 made the confession louder when YouTube added background play and downloads to Lite, because now the painkiller comes with extra cushions and a polished brochure. Beautifully, the premium feature here is not joy, wonder, or discovery. The premium feature is, we kick your chair less, which is not innovation, that is extortion with onboarding copy. Here is the rule of 3 running through the whole mess, so even a quick browse viewer can grab it in 10 seconds. First, YouTube makes the free version more irritating through smarter mid-roll strategy, tighter anti-ad block pressure, and ad systems tuned for more efficient interruption. Second, YouTube describes the worsening with soft language like balance, flow viewer experience, and natural breakpoints, because nothing hides a shove like a wellness brochure. Third, YouTube sells partial relief back to the same audience through premium tiers, especially Lite, and acts like this is empowerment, instead of a menu of pain settings. Compare that to an airline shrinking legroom, inventing economy serenity, and then acting wounded when passengers notice the seat itself is the mugger. Creators always get dragged onto the stage as the emotional shield the second anybody complains, because somewhere, a defender is legally required to burst through a hedge, yelling that creators need money. Sure, creators should get paid, and nobody serious argues otherwise. TechCrunch reported in February 2026 that many YouTubers were diversifying away from ad revenue into merchandise, memberships, sponsorships, coaching, and other streams, because policy changes and monetization uncertainty made ads less dependable. So, the viewer gets more interruptions, the creator still gets more anxiety. And the only thing coming out of the arrangement moisturized is the quarterly report wearing loafers. Brutally, that means YouTube has found a way to squeeze both sides of the screen while still talking like a marriage counselor. Mood is the hidden blood supply of a platform, and executives always underestimate it, because mood does not fit neatly into a triumph slide with rounded corners and celebratory arrows. People forgive bugs in places they love. Users tolerate friction in products that still feel alive. Audiences even sit through ads when the basic bargain feels honest and the atmosphere does not reek of managed irritation. However, the second the vibe shifts from here is your video to how much annoyance can we inject before you pay for relief, every prompt feels clingier, every delay feels ruder, and every interruption lands like a finger in the ribs. Eventually, the homepage stops feeling like a homepage and starts feeling like a mall corridor where every shop is screaming while a smiling employee sells premium earplugs. Recommendations stop looking helpful and start looking like bait tied to a billing strategy. Habit loss is where the real danger lies, not in one angry tweet, one bad headline, or one dramatic subreddit tantrum. Platforms do not always die with fireworks, sometimes they just get spiritually expensive, until opening them feels like bracing for paperwork. Consequently, Google's own TV language about better engagement with fewer interruptions gives the game away, because you do not celebrate longer viewing sessions before the next break, unless you already know too many breaks can chase people off. Underneath all the glossy language, YouTube's own support systems have long treated longer videos as more monetizable territory, because mid-rolls and ad slots are built into the toolset, rather than treated like rare exceptions. Manual placement lets creators choose breakpoints themselves, while automatic placement lets YouTube find what it considers suitable moments, which sounds neutral, until you remember the referee owns the casino. Automated interruption is still interruption, even when the company calls it natural, or optimized, or creator-friendly. Later, when viewers hear phrases like improved ad delivery, they are really hearing that the crowbar has graduated from random swings to targeted surgery. Meanwhile, the executive keeps talking like this is careful stewardship, instead of software learning the exact second your patience becomes marketable. Elsewhere, Premium Lite's own fine print makes the roast easier, because it admits the relief is partial by design. Limited piece is the product, most videos ad-free, fewer interruptions, but not total calm across music, shorts, browsing, and search. Importantly, that is not a clean product decision, it is a pricing ladder disguised as compassion. Weirdly, the whole package feels like a city selling noise-canceling headphones, after replacing the streetlights with air horns. Even the February 26 feature bump has the same energy, because background play and downloads do not solve the core insult, they just add cup holders to the escape pod. Bottom line, this works as news-adjacent commentary, instead of floating internet rage. Ironically, every factual piece points the same direction: official YouTube posts, Google Ads help pages, the ad block crackdown reporting, and the Lite rollout all describe different doors into the same room. Nobody's confused that ads exist. Quietly, what changed is that YouTube stopped behaving like a site that happens to show ads, and started behaving like an ad machine that rents out moments of reduced harassment. Simply, the blunt take is, this company keeps making the free tier more irritating, then charging people for cleaner air inside the smoke it pumped into the room itself. Truthfully, the funniest part is how often YouTube's language admits the problem without ever confessing it, because words like viewer sensitivity, better engagement, and fewer interruptions only show up when a company knows the current setup is irritating people, and is trying to sand the evidence off before the resentment hardens. Functionally, the platform is selling 3 products at once: ads to advertisers, monetization hopes to creators, and reduced annoyance to viewers, and the third one only becomes valuable after the first 2 make the room unbearable. Remember, when we bother you less becomes a paid feature. The free version is no longer the service, it is the demo for discomfort. Mercifully, viewers are not stupid, so polished language only makes the shakedown look smugger, cleaner, and far easier. Finally, that takes us back to the smiling executive, still standing there like a pharmacist for headaches he personally caused. He is not unveiling progress. His whole act is selling better jars for the same poison. Call it strategy if you want, but viewers hear something simpler and meaner. They hear a platform saying, "Good news. We found smarter ways to interrupt you, and for a monthly fee we can interrupt you a bit less." Altogether, that is why the roast lands, not because ads exist, but because YouTube keeps turning frustration into a product line, escape into a subscription, and corporate doublespeak into a lullaby, while the audience gets shaken down under flattering lighting.